The Ugly, Ugly Caterpillar, written by Mr. Fantastic. Voices by
Cora as narrator,
Will as Marco,
Isabel as Polo,
Paul as Bozo,
Lacey as Momo.
Once upon a time, out in the meadows among all the blossoming flowers, there stood a magnificent plant. It had luscious emerald green leaves that swayed gently in the breeze. On one particular leaf, there lay a group of tiny little eggs, snug and safe. For days, the eggs swayed back and forth in the breeze, hidden on the underside of the leaf, away from prying eyes. Then, one day, something magical happened. The eggs began to darken and wiggle.
Hello? Anyone there?
Chirped Egg 1, its voice as soft as a whisper.
I'm here. I've been trapped in here for ages.
Grumbled Egg 2, sounding impatient.
How do we get out of here?
Wondered Egg 4, its voice full of curiosity.
I'm going to chew my way out of this shell.
Declared Egg 3 with determination. With tiny determined bites, he poked a hole in the shell and started chewing his way out. Moments later, his brothers did the same and chewed their way out of their shells.
Dudes, eat your shell. They're tasty.
Exclaimed Egg 3, now a caterpillar. The brothers eagerly munched on their eggshells, savoring their first meal as caterpillars.
Yo, that was good. I'm Marco.
Said Caterpillar 1, wiggling his tiny body.
Yum yum. I'm Polo.
Chimed in Caterpillar 2, licking his chops.
Dudes, you can call me Bozo.
Announced Caterpillar 3, doing a little dance.
Yo, bro, why don't you come out and join us?
Called Marco to Egg 4, his voice bouncing with enthusiasm.
Come and join your bro.
Echoed Polo, tapping his feet impatiently.
Dude, hurry up.
Urged Bolo, practically bouncing with excitement.
Okay, I'm coming. I'll eat my way out in a sec.
Replied Egg 4, sounding a bit shy. So the fourth caterpillar chewed a hole in the shell and scurried out.
Yum!
Exclaimed Caterpillar 4, savoring every bite of her shell.
Hello, brothers.
Said Caterpillar 4, her voice as sweet as honey.
I'm Momo.
The three brothers looked at Momo with wide eyes and wiggling antennae. Something was different about their new friend, but they couldn't quite put their tiny caterpillar feet on it.
Whoa, dude!
Exclaimed Marco, his voice full of surprise.
You look different.
Observed Polo, tilting his head to the side.
Yeah, kinda weird.
Added Bozo, scrunching up his face. Momo looked down at herself, feeling a bit confused.
Different? Weird? But I'm just like you guys, aren't I?
As days passed, the four caterpillars munched and crunched their way through countless leaves, filling their tiny bellies. They grew bigger and plumper, their tiny bodies stretching like accordions with each bite. And when their bodies were too big for their skin, they began to wiggle and molt out of their old skin.
Dudes, check out my cool stripes.
Marco exclaimed, admiring his fuzzy black and yellow pattern.
Yeah, we're looking fly.
Polo agreed, puffing out his furry chest.
Totally rad.
Bozo chimed in, doing a little wiggle dance. But Momo looked different. Her body was smooth and striped with black and white.
Momo?
Marco said, his antennae twitching nervously.
You look kinda strange.
Yeah, where's your fuzz?
Polo asked, scooting away slightly.
And those collars, so not cool.
Bozo added, shaking his head. Momo's heart sank.
But I can't help how I look.
She said softly. Momo felt sad and isolated, but she kept munching on her leaves and growing, just like her brothers. As the days went by, the brothers' teasing grew worse. They called her
Smooth skin
and
Weirdo stripes.
leaving Momo feeling sad and alone. One day, Momo felt a strange urge.
Guys, I think I need to hang upside down.
The brothers laughed.
What a freak!
They chorused. With tears in her eyes, Momo crawled to a nearby twig and began to spin a silky thread. She hung herself upside down, making a shape like the letter J, and started to change. Momo started to wiggle back and forth to shed her skin. Underneath her molted skin is a shiny green shell called a chrysalis.
Whoa, dudes, what's happening to Momo?
Marco gasped.
She's turning into a green blob.
Polo exclaimed.
Gross.
Bozo added, but couldn't look away. Days passed, and the brothers too felt the urge to change. They each found a cozy spot and spun silky cocoons around themselves. Day by day, Momo's chrysalis changed. At first, it was soft, pale green. Then, as if by magic, tiny golden spots appeared, sparkling in the sunlight. Days passed as the 4 caterpillars in their cocoons and chrysalis swayed gently in the cool breezes that rustled through the meadow. As autumn approached, cool breezes rustled through the meadow. Momo's chrysalis swayed gently, a silent promise of something wonderful to come. Sometimes, if you looked very closely, you could see tiny movements inside the chrysalis. What was happening in Momo's secret world? Finally, on a crisp morning, the brothers' cocoons began to rustle. They slowly emerged. Marco stretched his small wings, still soft and folded.
Whoa, I'm a moth.
Marco exclaimed, his voice filled with excitement.
Look at my wings. They're so fluffy.
Polo unfolded his wings next, admiring the soft brown fur.
I feel like a superhero.
Polo declared, flapping his wings tentatively.
But why are my wings so small?
Bozo was the last to emerge. He looked around with wide eyes.
This is amazing!
Bozo said, his voice full of wonder.
I can see everything so clearly!
The moth brothers looked at Momo's chrysalis with curiosity.
Do you think she's okay in there?
Marco whispered.
She's been so quiet.
Polo added worriedly.
Look,
Marco said.
Momo's chrysalis is darkening. I think something is about to happen.
A tiny crack formed in Momo's chrysalis. Bit by bit, she wriggled free, unfolding into the world for the very first time. She stretched her wings wide, brilliant orange like the setting sun, with black vein-like lines and brilliant white spots. Momo had transformed into a beautiful monarch butterfly.
Momo,
Marco called out, his voice filled with awe.
is that you?
You're... Polo stammered.
Gorgeous.
Bozo finished, his moth eyes wide with amazement. Momo fluttered her wings, sending a shower of sparkly scales into the air.
I may have looked different before,
She said gently.
but we all change in our own special ways.
The brothers looked at each other, feeling ashamed of how they have treated Momo.
We're sorry, Momo.
They said in unison.
Can you forgive us?
Momo smiled.
Of course, my brothers, we're family after all.
From that day on, the 4 insects remained the best of friends. They fluttered through the meadow together, Momo by day and her moth brothers by night. As they explored, they discovered that their differences were not weaknesses, but strengths.
Momo, your bright wings scare away predators during the day, while our moth's ability to fly at night lets us find nectar-rich flowers that bloom only after sunset.
Yeah, and your big wings help you navigate through strong winds,
Polo added.
while our smaller wings allow us to dart into tiny spaces to find hidden treasures.
Bozo nodded in agreement.
We're like a team, each one of us bringing something special to our ventures.
Momo smiled, her wings fluttering gently.
That's what makes our friendship so beautiful. We're different, but together we're unstoppable. We may have started as tiny eggs in a leaf,
She said.
but we've grown into something truly special. Friends who celebrate each other's unique beauty.
The brothers nodded in agreement, their antennas twitching with joy, and as they flew off into the sunset, their laughter filled the meadow. A reminder that true beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
May your journey in life always be filled with kind people who love you just the way you are, who make you smile when you're sad, cheer you on when you're trying, and remind you every day how special you are.